Living in America as a black person, you recognize there is one set of laws for you and one set of laws for those, especially in the white community. In our book, Passive Aggressive Racism in the System of White Supremacy, I take you through times in my life when I first started noticing white supremacy. We teach you how to recognize it, identify it, and also counter it in our book. This book is a beginner's course for those that are just starting to wake up and open their eyes to see the system of white supremacy. As a black American person, you must understand this system because this system is life or death to you. How you handle it, how you deal with it, it can affect your mental health if you don't understand this system. Pick up our book, Passive Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy, today on Amazon. So a white supremacist from Nebraska has lost their job after calling a black flight attendant a racial slur. Now, the company issued a statement not only distancing itself from the former employee, but unequivocally rejecting the bigoted remark. Now, they say it was reported that the person was booked on Delta Flight 5593 on Monday, February the 7th at 1:10 p.m., leaving Eppley Airfield for New York City. The flight was delayed over 2 hours and then scheduled to leave at 3:40 p.m. During the time, I say before boarding, a group of people went drinking at one of the airport's bars and got on the plane for a spirit-fueled rollicking. You know, that's funny. You using that kind of terminology. But members, of the cluster say were wearing masks with the name and logo for an Omaha software company, Buildertrend, and went to their seats and say in the rear of the plane. As the plane started to taxi, according to Laura Austin, she's a Crichton University graduate student who was on the flight, said a black flight attendant went back to address the collective, but retreated to the front of the plane very shaken. Now, Austin said the attendant shared she was asking the passengers to properly secure their masks, but instead was disrespected by one of the white supremacists. She said someone called her the N-word. He said after the attendant reported the abusive language, the plane returned to its park and everyone was asked to leave the flight. They said the airport's police was called and investigated the matter. Now, they say a spokesperson from Delta Airlines apologized to the passengers for their inconvenience by the investigation and stated that the company has a zero tolerance policy for unruly behavior. They say at our airports and at our flights. They say as nothing is more important than the safety of our customers and flight crews. They say the passengers reboarded the plane, but without two of the four Buildertrend workers who made or co-signed the bigoted remarks. Now, the attendant still did not feel comfortable, Austin recalls, and the other two were escorted off the flight also. Now, I say Austin's report lines up with the Eppley police chief's account. Now, he said that our officers spoke with the Delta staff. It said it was determined that there were four individuals on the flight. They say that Delta requested to be removed from the flight due to their kind of belligerent behavior, possible intoxication. Now, the Buildertrend CEO, Dan Harden, issued a statement about the incident, revealing that the person was fired. They say over the incident. It said the statement was in part, it said Buildertrend has always been, it said we'll continue to be inclusive and principal partner, it said to our communities, customers, and people. So since learning, it say of the report on Monday involving our employees, we actively been investigating the incident. It say with internal and external parties to learn as much as possible so that we can take appropriate action. So it say we take these accounts, it say of unacceptable behavior extremely seriously. It said based on action, it said that do not align with Buildertrend's values and standards of conduct. Say one employee has been terminated, according to the CEO of the company, and rightfully so. I would not allow one person to cause me a bunch of lawsuits. The hell no. I said last he extended his regret, he said, to the community offended by the actions of one of the former employees. Say we sincerely apologize to the passengers and employees of Delta Airlines, to our employees and customers, partners in business and philanthropy. It said, and to the communities we serve. Now, they say while no criminal citations or charges were filed at the time, Delta is serious about protecting its passengers and employees from bad actors who might ruin the travel experience. So since the pandemic, the airline has created its own no-fly list of people who refuse to comply with mask requirements. Some 1,900 people are currently on that list, and they have also been submitted more than 900 former passengers to the TSA to pursue civil penalties. So the company is also asking the Attorney General Merrick Garland, who has already worked to prosecute individuals that put flight crews and their fellow passengers at risk, to consider making a national no-fly list for cases such as this. Now, a national no-fly list, should it be considered, will stop any person convicted of an onboard disruption of a plane from flying on any commercial air carrier. Now, with that being said, and that's floating around, the Republicans are coming out and say, hey, wait a minute now. You can't be doing a no-fly list. You saying that Americans are terrorists. Now, we both know who gonna be the main people getting on that no-fly list. We know, and I wouldn't have a problem with it because I'm not the one acting a fool on the flight. I'm not acting a fool on the flight at all. So, and most people that I know not acting a fool on the flight, we just want to get to our destination. I would be so pissed that I'm trying to go to my destination and then this fool over here acting just a dumb white supremacist on the plane, calling the sister, the N-word or whatever. Now I got to get off the plane and all of that because of them. I'd be so pissed, man. Oh, I'd be pissed. I'd be wanting to slap one of them up myself. It's like, man, you ruining everything. Everything y'all do, y'all ruin it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with a no-fly list at all. Kick them off. They don't need to be there. All them ones that y'all know that went to January the 6th, put them on a no-fly list immediately too. Because you already seen what they did. Put them on there. I promise you, they come up with a no-fly list, that'll dead all that mess they do on them planes. I promise you they'll dead all that tomorrow. Y'all got to get some order going on around here. Y'all, but see, that's the problem with America. Because see, if this was a bunch of black people acting this way on the plane, that no-fly list would have been there tomorrow. But when it's a bunch of them acting like that, hey, wait a minute, we don't want to do that. It's always an excuse. And it's been like that ever since they were children. Y'all know in school that no matter what they do, it's always an excuse. It's always, he just had a bad day. But you let little Tyrone do something and you want to suspend him, you want to do this, you want to do that. And when they become adults, it's the same thing. Oh, well, the girl rejected him and this is why he got the AR-15 and just add it out. Tyrone, he get a speeding ticket and he may get gunned down for a speeding ticket. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, one set of laws for them, one set of laws for you. It's the unwritten rule of America that they enforce and operate every single day. So yeah, bring in a no-fly list. I'm with it. Bring it in. That way them people won't be in my way. Especially when I'm about to fly out of here and go on some international trip and then I got to ride one of them fools and now you messing up my stuff. And sometimes with some hotels, if you're not there at a certain time, they could cancel your room and now you're in another country trying to doggone it, now I got to go look for another room because this fool, you know what I'm saying? You'd be pissed. So yeah, bring on a no-fly list. I'm good with that. I'm good with it because I ain't got no problem following a rule on the plane or anywhere else. This junk been in, mask, been in place forever. You already know that crap. If you don't want to wear a mask, just get in your car and freaking drive wherever you're going to go. And nobody can force you to wear a mask in your car. But with this sister, dealing with this mess, like I say, these people, like I said, trust me, they be the main people that be on the list. And if they can put a white supremacist on the list and they can't be around me, that's a blessing. So please get the no-fly list going. I support it. But yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the situation here. The white supremacists are acting a fool again. They ruin everywhere they go.